Hello, everybody. Oh, Retro's jumped straight in. You're right. I wasn't sure it was going to work then. I was absolutely panicking because when you used to do lives, like if I did exactly what I'm doing now, I'd get in there a few minutes before. And yeah, why is this not working? And it would just literally, as I said, give me a countdown. Whereas with this, it hasn't at all. So I'm wondering what's going on. But you guys, there's a few there already, which is great. Now that's working. So now, and I'm a bit happier. I need to still sort my throat out. Yeah, I'm still, unbelievably, guys, I'm still not right. It's crazy. I've whatever I think it was, I believe it to be norovirus, and it completely destroyed me, as you can tell by how I sound. But yes, it's great to be back doing these. As I say, there's going to be a few people I would imagine jumping on as normal. I've got loads of things to discuss with you. Princeton's jumped on, which is great. Great to have you on here as well. As I say, you're going to have to excuse me because I still, Vegito Blue, nice to have you, hope, or Vegito, hope I pronounced that correct. We'll just wait for the chat to fill up and then we'll just start doing what we normally do. We'll just start chatting away. I'm not too good to be a Big Easy. Nice to have you on. There's your official. Okay, going to switch to computer. Thanks to the new members who joined last month. Don't forget, you guys are going to be in the draw tonight. I need to answer Sentinel edits. I'm still not right, mate. I'm still not right at all. I've still got. As I say, I just said at the beginning of the video, I'm pretty sure it's norovirus because I couldn't speak. I just was absolutely bedridden. And you're talking to somebody, yeah, I don't get ill. I mean, as I said, I'm 46. I've been self-employed over 20 years and never had to take a day off. Took a week off, and I'm still not right. I still sound a little bit full of it, but life goes on, as you say, and especially if you're self-employed, you've just got to crack on. So that's exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, it's loads better, loads and loads better. As I say, I'll do the monthly draw as normal. I'm going to be discussing TFUK Con. There's probably going to be a few people jump in the chat in a second who are going to be there with me. I'm going to be discussing, I've had loads of questions on like selling things and stuff like that. I suppose I'm going to talk about that as well, to be fair, because it's been like 6 weeks. Yeah, exactly, power through it. It's been a late. Any new news on the update about do you mean the constructor cons, Vegeta? Is that what you mean? Because I don't really know, as I say, I'm not too sure. What's this? Hope you get better soon. Thank you, Sentinel Edits. Yeah, what was I saying? Can't think. I don't know, actually. I've completely lost my train of thought there. Let me get back on here. About the Constructicons. I believe, as I say, I can't remember off the top of my head, but when they did the video 2710 last year, they told us all when they were going to be released. But I'm saying that, and yeah, before next I'm going to be there from the Friday, Tyler. That's what I'm going to talk about quite a bit in a minute. But yes, so I think they're behind in the UK. I know that I've had the privilege and been very, very lucky to review 4 of them already. Aaron's has jumped in, fantastic. But I don't actually know when. They were supposed to come out in April, so we're into May now. I think the next 2. All my money for Studio Series Megatron 86 is SDCC, because as stupid as it sounds, like I say, we're the 10th of May already. We've only got to get another 6 or 7 weeks, and it's. Is it maybe 8 weeks till SDCC? So I think my money, in honesty, guys, for Megatron is then. I don't know what the holdup is. I've got no idea. There's obviously speculation that Romulus might have changed things slightly. I don't really know. I can honestly tell you it's one of the things that I've not spoke to the people about. I just don't want to. I'm not annoy them. I don't want to talk. I want it to be a surprise as well, to be fair. Yeah, tariffs as well. Let's be honest. That's been messing up quite a few people. I'm lucky enough in the UK that at the moment we haven't been hit with anything, as I say. So we are very, very lucky with regards to that. Gimmick is on. Nice to have you on as well, buddy. There's quite a few new people in the chat today, which is great. I had a video recorded. I can attempt to do it, Darren, but I'm so far behind, pal. It's unbelievable. I think you're going to ask for Action Master Optimus Prime, because I know you did the other day, but my video, that's one of the main reasons that I decided to get to that point where I'm going to have to sell stuff, because you, especially Darren, you've been in these live streams with me. I don't know if they're going to be at this one, Pete. They're definitely the one in October, but this is my first. Thank you for jumping in, Gimmick. It's brilliant. But yeah, as I was saying, Darren, at the moment, it's still the main reason is because the word depressed is a bit too strong, so I don't want to use it. And I don't want to use it blasé, because you already said on the thing, wind charges in as well, great stuff. I don't want to use it as a blasé term, for people who genuinely suffer from it. But it was getting me down. That's probably the best way I could put it. It was getting me down. I was standing in here a bit like there's little bits of me now that I'm still looking around, and there's boxes everywhere, and I just can't move. And you can probably hear that. That's figures underneath my feet, which I want to be able to come in here. This is my sanctuary. This is my collection. So I've got to get loads of things sorted out. So once I'm caught up, I'll start taking all the video requests again. And I don't think I've got the space either for Action Master Optimus Prime in this space behind me, but I will do it. I'll put it on the list, don't you worry. With regards to Pete's question about MCN, this one here, there's the one in 2 weeks, isn't there? Now that one, as far as I'm aware, they themselves don't have a presence there. However, Toy Slice, nice to have you on here. How do you get figures from Hasbro before they release? It's basically, I'll answer that in a few seconds. Do I have? No, I did, but I sold that one, Sentinel Edits. I did, but I sold it on. What are we talking about then? Oh, MCM, yes. So Hasbro themselves, I surely don't have an actual booth this particular time. I will come around to it, don't worry. But In Demand are there, and In Demand have got a really good relationship with Hasbro, and that's going to come into something which you just asked me, Gimmick, as well. So I think, fingers crossed, we're going to have some more new stuff there. If they don't, then I know for a fact that they're going to have zero convoys, just the capture. I'll come to that in a minute. Hyperlink is in as well. What was I saying? Yes, even if they don't have anything specifically new that I haven't seen, all of the ones that I've reviewed over the last 2 months, they will be there and they'll be on a display there. So the good thing is that even if there's nothing super brand new, then I will still have access to all 4 of the Constructicons this time, so I'll be able to build them up, the Superior, etc, etc. So basically everything that I've had, or that In Demand have had early, I'll have access to. So even if there's nothing brand new that I get to open and have a play around with during that weekend, I'll have access to all the other ones, which, let's be honest, as we've just said, there's still quite a few that aren't out. Going back to, I think it was Gimmick who asked me the question. Gimmick, there's no secret. Oh, Sam's phone has jumped in as well. Good, we're going to start talking about that in a minute. Oh, it's Mother's Day. It's different in the US, because in the UK it was in March. But as I was saying, they reach out to you, buddy. I get asked that a lot of questions. What I can say is that they don't like it if people constantly, no, I'm not saying you've done this, but I've been told that what they don't like, and I'm sure you can imagine is true, is when people constantly message them saying, can I do this, can I do that? I think with me, with anybody who I know who's had the privilege and the honor to be associated or do anything with Hasbro, I haven't been there, Tyler. I haven't had a clue, mate. I've been really poorly. I've not been anywhere. I left the house today for like the first time in about a month. What was I saying? So yeah, what normally happens is, I believe the same as most large companies, they've got a dedicated team that keeps its eye on social media, that watches, etc. And they literally do just reach out. Every person who I know who's had a gift package or who's had figures sent to them, it's always been via them reaching out to the people involved. My friend UK Collector on Instagram got reaching out. Sam did as well. We are definitely very behind on Age of the Primes as well as Constructors as they go to transfers back. They got Age of the Primes is in Battersea. I can tell you all that for a fact, that at the moment Age of the Primes is definitely in Battersea, but I don't know how far they're behind. I can't do the review because I haven't got the figure. So as and when she's in, I'll be able to. But she's not due for months, is she? When I was at MCN in October, the reason why I didn't review or even take her or borrow her, because she was just like a block model. She wasn't, I don't even think she had articulation. I think she was literally just a block model, and that's why she was on display and nobody could touch her. Elita 1's really quiet, to be fair. Yeah, and there's no news on her either, which is interesting, because it's nuts the way that they're flowing. RJ's in. Nice to have you, RJ. They were throwing everything in so fast. Obviously, Canada got wave 2 for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, I think Sentinel Edits, you just asked me about that. Yes, that was it. Yeah, it wasn't even the figure. So I don't know if there must be some by now. There must be some test pieces or stuff out there. So you never know, fingers crossed, she could be one that I get access to in 2 weeks, but I don't know. I did start thinking of getting a Megatron. I was thinking of Romulus, New Age or Masterpiece. Also wanted to do series ago. Toy Slice knows RJ. Romulus is pretty good, but I'm actually putting mine up for sale tomorrow, to be fair. It's a good figure. I saw B's Prime Instagram stories announcing that they have Age of the Primes. Yeah, BS Prime rather, yeah. Oh, is that Nips, is it? Is Toy Slice, has he changed his name? Is Dave Nipples changed his name to B? Surely my sister and niece arrived this weekend. I'm still good. I cannot make it. It's a shame you can't make it. Surely you're not coming anymore now either. Oh, mate, we've got some real exclusives. Retro Action UK, are you coming to TFUK Con this weekend? Coming up, obviously not this one, the one coming up, because Sam's in the chat, so we're going to have a good chat about it. RJ is definitely going to be there. Romulus is brilliant. I'm looking forward to their Optimus. Yeah, Romulus is, here we go. Any new Transformers purchases, you guys? Nothing new on my end. I haven't, well, I think the only thing that I actually brought, is in physically brought for my collection, is the you know, the Generations books. I've managed to find the 2010 one. I got it really cheap from America, so I thought I'm going to have that. Tyler's coming, of course, right? So Tyler, there's loads going to go on, mate. Gareth, yes. Yes, I am, mate. Gareth has jumped in. Fantastic. Everyone knows I'm RJ Memphis. What was I saying? Yes, so I'm going to be doing another live, guys. I can't tell you too much just yet, but I'll be going live from 8 p.m. on the Friday. I'll get back to them this week, Darren, now I can talk. I'll be going live from 8 p.m. on Friday, which I know that I don't normally do, but the reason for that is I'm going to be doing the opening. RJ's just you won't know him, Wind Charger. He's not famous at all. He's a clown, but he's a nice clown. He's a lovable clown. It's just that he's known in the UK, and obviously you're not in the UK. In fact, he's probably not even known in the UK. He's just known in amongst all of these people who chat like you do. He's probably kicking off now, writing what I was just saying. So as I was saying, guys, I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be doing the intro to the TFUK Con event. And then we have a very, very special... it is Transformers related, but I cannot tell you what it is exactly. We are going to be doing an unboxing of some very special figures, and that's what I'm going to be saying on the Friday night. And the good news is that these figures, and waiting for Hasbro, Takara, Ultra Magnus G1 reissue, or Rodimus, or missing link of both of these. I don't know if they'll do a reissue Magnus. I can 100% see a missing link. But then I also thought, Alman's jumped in as well. Are you going to be at TFUK Con, Al? You were there last time. Yes, as I say, so we're going to have some exclusives on display at TFUK Con. We've also got pretty much the who's who roster of you know, people who've written in the comics from way back in G1 all the way up through to, I think, as I say, James Roberts' is Dreamwave, isn't it? Get me correct, because I'm useless at comics, guys. So it's just going to be really good again, too. It is going to be really good, Sam. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm guessing the retro line is dead. No, I can't see. I don't think it's dead, Pete. I think, I don't know. They said it was dead. But then, of course, Bombshell appeared, didn't they? Oh, shame you couldn't come down, buddy. Again, there's quite a few conventions at the moment, so it's always good to get involved in. I thought he was IDW, more than meets the eye. That's what I was trying to say. So he's there. He's a lovely chap. I've ended up speaking with him. You got it direct from Robos. I did get it. But yeah, as I said, last year I told some of the Transformers this. Yes, I think they're going to do it as well, Gareth. I think they're going to do, as I say, I'm going to be live first, and they're going to be live straight after, which will be fun. I'm excited for TFUK Con. We'll just be up on the day on Saturday. Dave, why have you changed your name? You've completely confused me. Will says TF1 Starscream be revealed with Megatron? I don't really know. No, I haven't got my HasLab yet. I haven't even seen a TF1 Starscream. I don't even know anything about a TF1 Starscream. So I don't know. I mean, is JT Prime, I have my reasons, has JT Prime leaked a Transformers 1 Starscream or not? I can't remember, guys. Can you remember off the lists? Because that's one I've not heard of. I tried to get a Supreme Prime, but I couldn't do 150. Yeah, the Supreme Prime really frustrated me, to be fair. Everybody knows that I love an Optimus Prime redeco. He's the cheapest one I've seen in the UK at the moment. It's like £125, which is well over $150. I love how Battersea still have him up in early release. Which ones? Oh, okay. Yeah, Battersea got a good work. That's because and Alpha Trion. So yeah, I thought there was, but I don't know. I don't know. All I can definitely tell you is it's going to be Transformers One's going to be streaming in Japan from in May next week, which is good because obviously I think Transformers One is growing more now. Now people are getting to watch it. Have you? Everyone's asking me that. Nothing at all. I don't know anything about it. And as all I can say that I think, and as I say, it's just thinking that 86 megs is going to be at what's the word I'm after? Pete, you need to watch it. Another unwished the combined reports on Vortex, the same as Silverbolt. No, they're not because I don't know. I can't tell that. I tried to put him on Menasor, but they're not. Silverbond, I don't know. However, as I say, I think you can still take the arms off, which is good. No, I'm pregnant. Dental should put on speakers sometime in the future. I don't know. I imagine that they're going to be very similar. I know that somebody said, and they gave me the idea, but I'd already returned Silverbolt by then to take the whole physical arm off. So I imagine that you can. But as I say, I'll have access back to that figure at MCN in 2 weeks. I've cancelled Paramount Plus and gone back to Netflix. I haven't got either, to be fair. In fact, where's Brandon Turton? Why is he's not in the chat? He should be jumping in to see what's going on there. I know that I'm going to get loads of questions about Megatron, but yeah, can you swap Minosaur's arms with Superiors? I believe you can. Again, I haven't got the figures in hand, so I can't tell you. With Minosaur, because you can slide the arms off, and with Superior, you can slide the arms off. So in theory, you can just take the whole arm off, but I don't physically have them here to be able to do that. I know that the ports of where the figures all line up were different. The name change is essentially to do with the fact that I have diversified. Oh, okay. There you go. So you're just going to incorporate, you see, does Devastator have a hand rotation? It's a leak of him. Do you know, I can't remember. I can't remember. I did a full articulation video though, so, and if you watch that, because I did a combining video and then I did an updated combining and articulation video because I just basically collected everybody's questions and put it all into one video. So it's on this channel. It's called Devastator SS86 Devastator Articulation and Updates. So there's loads more information on that video. But as I say, when I get these figures, guys, they're not mine to keep. So I'm on borrowed time with them essentially all the time. So that's why safe box class. That's why I don't get them for too long. That's why I'm fortunate. I mean, like if you remember, I actually physically brought home the new Triptychon, but because I had it so long, does Evan have? No, he doesn't. Bless him. Do you review the figures? Yeah, I have to send them all the one any figure that I get that is early, as in not out in this country yet. I have to send them back within a certain amount of days. So as I say, the Triptychon, I didn't even get to, because there were so many and I was so far behind. I sent it back still sealed. I didn't even get a chance to open it. So yeah. So as I say, they're not mine. They're definitely not mine. And sometimes there's things wrong with them because they are early samples. Like obviously, I don't know if you saw the Shockwave from Dark of the Moon. He had a missing kneecap, etc. And then there's always a few things wrong. I also went to Forbidden Planet last week. So yeah, I really enjoyed Frasier too. Frasier's amazing. Right, let me move these out of the way. Come on, Pete. You killed Kenny. I think it was someone. Yeah, so I think that people surprises people. As I say, I do have to return them, and the reason that sometimes they're a little bit rushed is for exactly that. Like the one day that Nick, who runs In Demand, he's got a picture. I've got it saved on my phone. That when I got Star Convoy and that, I was literally in his warehouse on my hands and knees, balancing Star Convoy on a ping pong table from the staff room in the warehouse, trying to get a video out to you guys as fast as I could. And we all know why we're doing this. It's basically to try. Are you selling any more? I wasn't there a peg on Hook's leg that you didn't fit into his arm? I think there was, but I didn't put it in. Right, I never thought Galvatron would take a play from my book in terms of naming convention. Let me read this. Wasn't a peg on Disney? I'm watching Friends, but cannot bring myself to watch episodes again now. I don't know what I was talking about then. Someone asked me about Thingy. What was I saying? I've completely forgot what I was going to say then. That's gone. I can't think what it was. Of course, just it's a way to get the videos out before the other people who shouldn't have the figures do. So that's another reason why they want them, and they want them out quick. So that's another reason why I do get to do what I do as well, to be fair. Oh, that's it. Gaz was asking about. Unfortunately, mate, I won't be selling anything at TFUK Con. I'm actually going to be working as part of the team with Sam and as part of with Moff, looking after guests, making sure that everybody's okay, doing things like introductions, doing things like me and Sam have got a whole evening on the Saturday planned. We've just been working out some games. We've been sending each other pictures and stuff. We've got a fun packed evening planned, to be honest, guys, for the evening. So I won't be able to do as much as what I wanted to do. What is supposed to be the next thing out as United is finally over? What do you mean as United is finally? I haven't really got mine yet. I'm working on the games now. I haven't got mine. My HasLab is, what was I going to say? I don't know when we're getting in the UK. I know that I've seen them. Do you know? Oh, that's going way too fast. Do you know anything about the other 13 primes I'm releasing? Again, I don't know nothing of them. Gives a bit AY, but that sounds even better. Cheers again. Is the price for News Convoy justified? Those blue ones. The New Year's Convoy I see for about £200. So I don't know what it. So that's what, $270. So if you're getting it less than $270, then yeah, you're getting a good price on it. To be fair, I haven't seen it anywhere not complete for less than 200. I've seen it for like 160, but it's missing the Matrix and a few other things. So the thing with anything, it's entirely up to of course there's some things which are worth certain values, but all it really matters and bottles down, whatever the words I'm trying to say, all it really buckles down to is if you're willing to pay it. If you're not willing to pay it, don't pay it, because you'll look at it and you'll regret it, and I know that for a fact. Whereas if you want to buy it, and the other thing as well is FOMO's real when it comes to collecting. In real life and stuff, I'm not too sure, but when it comes to collecting, then it's it's real. The amount of figures that I've missed out on, and I look back and I'm thinking I could have had that, I could have had that. And the problem with most figures now is, like, if it's an older one, the orderly figures look really good, don't they? Did you make sure inside the little accessory bag you loose in the box? Yes, it did. I haven't reached. What was I saying? I don't know what I was talking about. I was talking about then about if it's worth it to you. The amount of ones I've missed out and then they reappear and there's so much more money. It's crazy. So for me, if it's something that I really want, then I'll get it. But on the other hand, like, if it's something that I really want and it's insane, like, or I really want, the only figure that I really want at the moment, and I can genuinely put my hand on, in fact, there's two. I'm fibbing because I want a Supreme Prime, but as I've just said, I'm not paying £125 for it because it was £80. And all the scalpers went and brought them and put it. So there was that one. But if we're talking of like an old, exactly, that's the way with any hobby. With the older figures, it's a Fire Guts Jinrai. Now, I watched that for years and years and years for £300, £400, and I was like, I'm not willing to pay that. And now it's £900. So I'm sort of in between that rock and hard place where I'm thinking, I'm probably never going to get it now because I'm not willing to pay that amount of money, if you know what I mean. So if that answers your question, I hope it does. I hope it doesn't, because at the end of the day, it's what it boils down to is that's the word I was after, boil. It's your money, and if you can afford to spend it and you can still pay your bills and it will make you happy, 100% get it. If you buy it, you resent it, and you have to live on bread and baked beans for the rest of the month, then it's perhaps not worth it. So there's a few figures I've got dotted around me where I've like had to really do loads of extra hours or sell things to be able to fund that. But everything that I've got here, my vintage stuff, my core collection, every day if I think about it, it always brings me joy. So I'm really lucky with that. There's a few things, as I say, that I've come to terms with that I'm just never going to own now, and I'm happy with that. So but as I say, with regards to new figures like the Supreme, etc., Fung Boy's in brilliant. There's just some sort of levels now where I'm like, no. And that's probably due to the fact that family man, got 3 kids, got wife, etc., and a lot of the things now, they are getting silly. So I've completely gone on and probably waffled on too much, but I really hope that answers the question about that convoy. Pete, yeah, the amount of non-transforming figures now is insane. Some of them are brilliant. You all know I love blockies. I think they're so much fun. I think the classic class ones are just ridiculous at the moment. They're so accurate. It's crazy. Primetime Moff has jumped in as well. Perfect. Here he is. We're funnily enough just talking. There's Dave here in the chat. We've been chatting about UK Con and stuff, obviously, and a few other things. There is Sam. And just everything. Bone and baked beans really undervalues beans. It does, doesn't it? I don't know why I didn't say that, Pete. I had a friend though. This is completely nothing Transformer related, but this is an actual fact. So I had a housemate. She's one of my best mates, by the way. So this is all true, and I'm not going to mention any names, and there's no way she'll be watching this anyway. But instead of buying like cheap face makeup, she would only buy this really expensive like Clinique stuff. No, they don't. But I'm going to talk about that in 2 seconds. Off. And because of that, it made her skint 1 month, to the point that all she did was live on baked beans on toast, because she had to, in her own mind, she really wanted this expensive Clinique makeup, so it made her skint. But she didn't care because she was happy. So it works for some people. But yes, as Moff has just said, you've sort of given away what I was saying, Moff. I didn't mention any particular things, but yeah, we've got some. I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be doing, as I say, the introduction, and then we're going to be doing. Can we say it's what you just said it was, Moff? Sam, can we say, we can't say what they are, but can we say what company they are? I don't even know. I love blockies, but I ain't going. Retroaction on a whole capture. No, okay, so yeah, so Moff, we can't say that, just in case. Didn't think so. I didn't want to say what exactly they were, but yeah. We have to be careful with all these embargoes, guys. All we can say is just wait until Friday, wait until thingy. My broke days I lived on rum. See, that's exactly that, Darren. We've all had these things. Oh, of course, yes. What are we thinking of? That's it, you see. We're just thinking of the blockies build. We're going to be doing speed building games on Saturday for blockies. So anybody who had a practice at that at the shop can come down and have a bit more fun. I suppose we should continue with this sort of chat because it's interesting to see. Where did the person go who asked me about the gimmick? Did you get early figures to review from other companies or just Hasbro? I finally got my hands on two. Hyperlink, they are brilliant, aren't they? We couldn't, of course, not Moff. To be honest, gimmick, there's nobody really else. Oh, blockies, of course. Blockies send me stuff early to review. I did at one point have a little thing with YOLO Park, but then I think it was tariffs, funnily enough. I think tariffs scuppered that. But not really, because I do review third-party figures, but what was I going to say? But I think third-party, because most of them originate from China, it would be really difficult to beat Mang Motion, but Mang Motion's brilliant. I don't know if you've seen his YouTube or any of the things that he does. He tends to get them mega early now. He gets New Age, Magic Square, and everything at the most ridiculous, like way before everybody else. But I'm pleased for him because his channel's amazing, his stop motion's amazing, his videos are amazing, to be fair. So I don't really think there's many others. I was watching an older vid and I totally forgot about Weetabix. Yes, I've got him there. I've got the Weetabix slingshot. I'm still yet to buy Dragstrip, to be fair. No, I don't know if they do. Prime Retroaction UK, BS Prime Time with the Forbidden Planet in London and Studio Series Transformers 1. They're in Transformers 1, Sentinel Prime's been in Smith's for ages, Retroaction. Yeah, so let's go back. We are doing blockies building on the Saturday. We are also doing... we test your knowledge on comic covers, on Generation 1 figures heads. Do you know what? All of the things that we use for the games, what I'll do is, because Sam's in the chat now, we will we'll save them. And then for a bit of fun, I might even do them in a live stream at the same time. So you guys at home can play along. So how does that sound? So all the guys who are in the US, all the guys Windcharger, everybody who's in the chat right now who can't make it to TFUK Con, who's in a different part of the world, how would you feel if we did exactly like what I'm doing now, with the games that I'm going to be doing? Because I can just hold it up to the screen. Yeah, there's games, Tyler. Me and Sam have been working out loads. I'm thinking that because the amount of people who've just said in the chat they can't come. So right, there you go. So I'll give you guys all enough notice. I don't know exactly, Tyler. That would be fun. You're all saying it's good. There we go. So the thing is, because like, look, if I was going to hold something up to the screen, you can see that. You can see that perfectly. So Wind Charger, you can join. I'm going to do that next week then, guys. So you guys are in for a treat. So there's 2 live streams coming next week. There's one coming on Friday, and then there's one. There's also going to be wow, that is way too fast. I'll catch up with that in a minute. Then there's going to be one on a Saturday night with the community. So there you go. It's going to be perfect. I took our issues, grabbed my attention, especially the ones recently. I do wonder if these late sessions more quality. Matthew, I'm going to answer your question now quickly. So reissues, obviously, Takara, I tend to find a slightly better quality. I know exactly what you're saying, though. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I brought the Tonkinator, which must be the, what, 9th, 10th, I've got to take this off, it's quite hot now, 9th, 10th use of the Devastator mould. And for me, in particular, my copy wasn't the greatest at all. So I suppose it depends on how many times that particular mold, I've just knocked more figures off, mold has been used. But yes, guys, I'm gonna do that next week then. So keep your eyes open for another live stream next Saturday. I'm gonna go eat. Thank you for jumping in, Gimmick. I really appreciate it. Questions were great. Feel free to jump back in. I'm going to be going at least another hour and a half or so. I've got to do the draw for the monthly ones. I've got a TF t-shirt. I've got too many, to be fair. I've got too many. I've been out all day with the kids, so do you know what? I don't really wear many TF t-shirts. So what I should do, because I've got too many, I need to actually get my brand back up and running, because I only did a few of them. Chad builds. I know what Chad is now. It's Australian, isn't it? So it's. I didn't know what it meant at first. It'll work exactly like this wind charger. So basically, for example, I can tell you one of the games right now. So one of the game, in fact, you guys can cheat, because I won't be copying, because I won't be able to see if you're cheating or not. So what was I saying? So one of the games is where I've just randomly picked 20 covers from G1, and of course I don't expect you to get the exact number. So we've got to make a, like, if you get the exact number, you get 10 points. If you get within 3 numbers, you'll get 5 points or whatever. But it's just basically, so I'll show you a cover, a Generation 1 cover. Yes, he does. He's got he's got a tournament tomorrow, and you've just got to guess the issue, whichever one it is. With regards to Generation 1 figures, what I've done is I've gone randomly and took photos of 20 figures, and we've zoomed in on their heads. All UK, Pete. Only UK, because of course it's a UK con and there's Simon and everybody there. And then what on the picture, there'll be just a square about so big of the head, and then I'll just say which figure's this, and then you might as well play along. It'll be fun. I'll be able to answer a few of the people in the chat, but obviously I'll be hosting the event thing. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to doing that now. Exactly. Yeah, the comics is 332. Obviously, I wasn't expecting a slightly quieter TF event. It's not going to be crazy, but we wanted to turn it exactly that. One of them heads. Unfortunately, I can tell you off the top of my head already, Wind Charger's not in them. I didn't want to do really obvious ones, but on the same hand, I wasn't doing things like Hot Spark and things like that. We've got 20. I got them both. I think the Bone Crusher is way better than the Scrapper. Wow, where are you living together? Constructicons already. Oh, sorry, mate, I've not done that yet. I will do that. Sorry, I need to do that. What I'll do, though, instead of a tray, I'm just going to put a load of things on my kitchen table and get an aerial view. And again, because the reason for that is because if I put it on a tray, I can't put anything white. Whereas the kitchen table's like a duck egg green, so you can have white things and black things on it. There's going to be 3 or 4 evening games, guys, which is going to be, it's just going to be good. And as I say, if I'm streaming to the people who can't make it, then you guys will get to see it as well. And you'll also get to see, as I say, people like Simon Furman, Chris McFeely, etc. All of these guys. Wind Charger is getting an update, definitely. He's coming out next year. They confirmed that. My Smiths had loads of slingshots. I went and got some for some friends and shipped them out last week, actually. So slingshot's not the rare one, I don't believe. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too sure. So, Moff, Sam, are we happy with the fact that I'm going to stream the games as well? Try and build a block as well. Yeah, I can do that. I'm not standing on one leg, though. Everybody stitches me up. I'm not standing on one leg. Do you think the new wheel jack will be a new mold? I'm looking forward to the new wind charger. Does he have specific? Yes, he does. I'll tell you, let me grab him actually, because he's only there. Someone just asked about Wheeljack. I don't know. Maybe he will. He might have to be a new mold because the other one's a bit Cybertronian, isn't it? Let me just grab Monstructor for Pete. He's literally only here. So yes, definitely Pete. If I turned that around, saying that though now, mate, let me have a quick look. Typically one of them is in Bristleback. Thanks for this, by the way. I'm too scared to take it out of Bristleback's bum, as bad as that sounds. Let me take this one out, because of course one of them goes into Bristleback, doesn't it? And if I shatter it out, games are going to be on the Saturday night. I'm not taking it out, I'm taking the other one out. And I'm trying to see if it's the same. I would imagine that you could use it either way. Do you reckon? I reckon it'll be different, Fungboy, because I've got him somewhere here and he doesn't look very much like the G1 thing. Bristleback's got a fist up his bum. I think, Pete, you could probably, I don't know, there's slightly different markings just on the outside. I'll check me carded ones and let you know, because that'll definitely tell me. So I'm guessing they should be different. The middle finger, yeah, they perhaps could be. Sam's just sent me a picture. Do you have anything that is not out that you're planning on reviewing? Nothing that I know of at hand. I said earlier, but obviously you weren't on, so it doesn't matter. I don't mind repeating myself. I'm going to get asked it loads. I'll check my carded ones, Pete, and let you know for definite. What was I saying? So I'm at MCN. You've never heard of Monstructor? Monstructor's amazing, but he's tiny. He's absolutely tiny. Yes, and this one here has got very common with GPS, so I don't want to mess around with him. Which is not the satellite; it's called Plastic Syndrome. Oh, that's gone fast. Mustache, and then finally, I'm going to come back to that in a second. I'm putting him away. I need to quickly go back to this. When George knows Saturday, so I can avoid it. I want to make sure the game is as far as possible. I think they're making you want to. Anyway, so the person who asked about the figures, unless there may be some new ones, I don't know for sure when I get to MCM at the end of the month. With regards to Hasbro, what I can tell you, but I can't tell you who it is and what they are. I'll be doing some reviews next week at some point with regards to what's going on at TFUK Con, which is what we were alluding to earlier. But yeah, as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know, and I'll put it up as a teaser as well. But to be fair, there's not much more. I can't think of anything else that's coming out in the next. If you think about the ones that I've reviewed, I don't think there's any more that I've missed, is there? I've done all of Wave 1. I've done pretty much all of Wave 2, and including the Walmart exclusives of Sideways and Excellion. I don't think there's any more that are on the horizon anytime soon. Somebody mentioned something about G1 Starscream. I'm finally able to get one, plus I'm quite pleased. Yes, they need to do Studio Series 86 Optimus, because there's 2 different KOs of that coming out already. I'll be at MCM, obviously. I might do TF Nation, but more than likely it'll just be the Birmingham Toy Fair in September. I should definitely be doing that one, I think, this time, surely, of the Battle Beast transports. My sister's bringing them over. Battle Beast, that's something that, again, I was did you see? Oh, Pete, you need to have a look at Space Bridge's video. He does a walk around his shop. You're on daddy duty. Well, tell her to come and say hello to me, buddy. I'll be there. I'll be on the in-demand store. He's got a load of Battle Beasts in. Paul at the Space Bridge has just got an absolute load of them in, including ones that weren't available here as well. So he's, but I don't remember. I didn't have them all. I had quite a few of them. Right, we're 20 minutes away from the draw, which is good. We've already thought of some great ideas. So I've not seen any Swapticons in the UK either. I've not seen what's it called? Wild King anywhere either. Pete, you mentioned that about Battle Beast. I was the middleman for one of my friends in the US for Neil Rockman. You've not, yeah, but I suppose no, I've not reviewed Onyx Prime. What was the word? And I literally had to, he sent me a weapon, an accessory that came with one of these Battle Beasts, and it was like not like 1,000 figures, well over £100 just for a little staff that he had to send me in, you know, in a sealed envelope and stuff, and I had to go and take to somebody else to the UK to buy all the Swapticons. I'd like to see the Swapticons. I would buy them, and I'll buy the Wild King stuff. I want to have a word. In fact, that's one thing I definitely want to do. I want to review Cyber World Scorponok, so that would be interesting. Because obviously I love Scorponok, and people at Hasbro know I love Scorponok as well. So, see how bad my voice is still. It's awful. This is why I'm still not right. But there's the Swapticons. They're out in America and they're out in Canada because I've seen people with them. The problem is we don't have stores like Walgreens and we don't have stores like Ross and stuff. So we don't get like a lot of the cheaper stuff. Sometimes they appear. Someone was saying that some of them balls, whatever they're called, the blind box balls that are in, what's the word, Entertainer, but I've not seen them personally. I need to do another toy hunt, to be fair, because I've not done a decent one in ages. Whiskey or rum is good for your throat. Honestly, I'm drinking cough medicine like it's going out of fashion and it's still not working. But yeah, I've been like this since, it was just before like the 19th of April. It's nuts. Luckily enough, I had so many videos that I'd done backed up just in case, because otherwise, well, you probably heard on some of the I love spicy food. Do you hear? I was going to say, did you hear on? I think I was trying to do Alchemist Prime, and I was actually at home because I'd had the day off sick, and it took me like an hour to do that because I was doing 2 lines at a time. I just couldn't do it. Just literally couldn't do it. Try Manuka honey, lemon ginger tea. I will try that, Fung Boy. I'm sure we've got some Manuka honey. To be fair, my missus is into all these herbal remedies and stuff, so I'll definitely have a look. Eat something that's as spicy as you can handle. Really? But that'll just make this end the wrong. That won't help the other end, will it? That'll fly it all out of that way. Right. What else do we need to talk about? Moth, while you're there, which artists, not the super famous ones, is there anybody going to be coming doing commissions or anything like that? Anybody who's just going to be, or are they just going to be selling prints and stuff like that? Because the other thing, obviously, I like to do in here, guys, is if I've done a video of the event and there's something there that you guys want me to get for you, and of course then ship it to you, you know that I always do that for channel members and I do it for subscribers. So what I'll do is I'll put some videos up, as I say, throughout the day, and then if any of you watching and you see something that you want, or you never know, you might want to sign Simon Furman comic, you can just drop me a message. Channel members, it's really easy because you've got my private Discord, so you can drop me a message on the private Discord. Then obviously I can just get it for you, and of course I won't make any money on it. I'll just buy it for the price it is and ship it to you for the whatever shipping cost it is. So if there's anything that you want specifically like that, if you want perfect Lucan's teas as well there. So yeah, so again guys, there's a great opportunity. I can pick up signed Simon Furman comics for you if you wanted. So that's something to think about, because even though I've got all the comics, I don't know why, it's just a little habit that I've got myself into. I've started doing that. Every time I go, I always buy 2 or 3 from him. Got collector's cough. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's norovirus, because it will not go away. And as I say, it floored me. What did Toy Slice say? I don't know what he put. It was ages ago. So yes, that's another thing that I'll do for you guys. As I say, you can let me know. I did it for a few people last year, to be fair. Got some prints from Lee Sullivan and ended up shipping them out. Because there's loads of stuff. There will be loads of stuff there. Who's this? I'm involved in too many chats. I need to get rid of them all. It's going fast, guys. 45 minutes in already. It's quieter than normal. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because I didn't advertise it properly or because it's been so long. As I say, so I'm going to be making up for lost time. So I'm going to be doing 2 next week. So, and then I'll probably do another one at MCN the week later, to be honest. So you're going to be sick of the sight of me by then, and my voice probably will never come back. This one here, I've got one figure here. Anyone else playing Earth Wars? Yes. You're spending then, Tyler. I haven't spent yet, and I'm on about 60, but I'm getting it. I might do. This one's probably the best of the bunch for me so far. Here we go. 37 people, 9. There you go, Pete. You beat me to it. I haven't dipped into KO except for having given a weird. To be honest, Matthew, I don't like KOs. I don't like KOs. I definitely don't collect them. But what I do is, because of the channel, I've found myself buying them to review them just so people know. It's something that against might be a bit of a strong word. I've never really liked them. A week today, Wind Charger. I know they know COVID-19 a while back. That's just around, but not as bad as it was back then. There's 13 Lynn. What's that mean? 13 likes. 23 likes now. They're all going up good. Pete's right though. At one point there was 40 odd people in here. So who's got their hands on this one yet? This one's one of the best. Because this, yeah, just new in it. It's nice to have a new mold. It's nice to have something that's completely different. And I love the fact that it's got, like, I suppose, a Cybertronian hover mode as well. I need to talk about the shop as well. Of course, they've just released the metallic cover version of issue 1. For those of you like your, whoa, that's quick. Long time viewer, got Legends, Armada Universe, Optimus Prime. And that's pretty impressive. You got some good figures there. Well done. Has anyone picked up the metallic comic from the store? I should have got that. I've got one here, and I should have got it. I was going to show it on this, but I forgot to get it out ready. Unless it's in there. Hit that like button. I have my eye on Soulless Prime. She's awful. She's awful, Dave. She's absolutely awful. I have all of the releases of the Prime so far. Big Easy, fair play to you. Where is she? I've got her somewhere down here. I'm going to see if that comic's in here as well. Is it in there? Yes, I can get the metallic comic out actually, because it's here. Which one? Where's the metallic one? I really want him in Megatronus, but I've only seen him for one. Soulless Prime. I just need to be careful which ones I've got here. I've never. Yeah, honestly, it's she just keeps falling apart. Where is she? I'm saying that and I can't find her now. I'm looking everywhere around here. She's the only one, as I say, that's really really annoyed me, because she is exactly that. Like, her feet come off, the guards come off, etc., etc. There's loads of things that's not right with her. Sam, have you got your? I presume you've got your thingy though. You must. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. You can order these now, guys. All of these, like, special comic covers that so many people messaged me so many times about now. She's like a Cybertronian vehicle. Oh, she is. She looks okay. She looks okay. But, yeah, so somebody was asking about these. You can pre-order all of these now. Not pre-order, order these from the Battersea store station now. And remember, they are limited prints. So that's why they're as expensive as they are. And the comic inside is exactly the same as the Skybound comic. Is Exilian? No, Exilian isn't out for ages. It's weird. It's one of them ones. Okay, let me rephrase awful. You stand her on a shelf like that, she's okay. She's great. She looks really good. Alternate mode, okay. But it's the things like the things just fall off. The little bits on the insides. It's a shame, because she could have just been so much better. Unless it's just my copy, but a lot of people put in the comments that theirs are the same. So disappointed, as I say. I've got to confess, I was disappointed with her. Megatronus, on the other hand, insanely good. And of course, as you've just seen, Prima, insanely good. Right, where is my metallic? I need to get my metallic thing. Big Easy's agreeing with me. That's good. Where's my metallic one to show Sam as well? I don't know where. Oh, there it is. There's my metallic one. This is beautiful, isn't it? So this is the new one. I know Sam got his today as well. And can you see that it shines? Yeah, there it is. I don't think it's their fault, Jason. I don't know what it is. I just think, yeah, completely agree, Matthew. The what I was going to say, the missing links have been absolutely fantastic. They've been really, really good. I think I've got like a super duper shiny one here as well. Maybe it's that one. I think it's that one. There you go. That's proper reflective. So if everybody's had the same issue, then obviously it's not just mine. So it's things like that when I feel bad for. Yeah, these, as I was saying, you can get these now from the actual online Battersea store. So for anybody who wanted or who missed out on these ones, it's just beautiful. And of course they're going to be doing more because they've got the artist who's just done issue 20. His name is Piper, and he's going to be doing quite a few more for them as well. So I'm sure I'm allowed to say that because he's put his name on the first two anyway. It's completely, it's near enough like a hardcover, Tyler. It's so thick, so robust, and so sturdy. It's so good. I missed out on them by my own standards. Wind Charger, you should have a look. If you haven't got any of the skybound ones, then you might as well go for the rarer ones. You might as well and start your collection that way. Makes sense. I've got to sort all mine out. I've got a great big stack here that I've just made a massive mess of now. But I need to keep safe and keep away from my blackcurrant drink. I don't think any of the Age of the Primes figures have the same issue. It must just be her then, because as I say, Megatronus is fantastic. The original, I've got the original covers as well. Megatronus is fantastic, big, heavy duty, robust. Both modes are great. Although somebody did message me asking me if I had problems with, not yet, Jace, I've got him, I've paid for him, but I don't know when he's coming. We're last in the UK. We're not getting him until July or something. Graphic novels 1 to 6, I just have to get it. Somebody said that their inner tabs or something had broke, so I don't know exactly what they were doing, but for me, I've had no issues with this figure at all. In fact, as I say, it's probably one of the most sturdy ones I've ever had the good fortune to play around with. It's just a shame, as I say, about Solus. She just, because I suppose the idea was there, the idea was perfect, but just didn't get executed very well. I've got so many figures here, it's not even funny. Not even funny. I'm going to be listing a load more as well tomorrow, by the way. Anybody who's interested, I'm listing ruck loads more tomorrow as soon as I can get up in that loft. Which now better I will do. Chat's jumping up a bit now, which is good. I mean to go back and read my old Transformers comics, but I did so much. Am I the only one who wants... Whoa, I can't keep up with this now. Omega Prime, I won't get the ones that get the cracks in the chest. I don't know, actually. I might have. I'll have to have a look at that. There'll be all the last sort of stuff, though, Pete. G1, G2 will be all my last sort of stuff. It's going to be mainly Prime Wars trilogy and the Wolf Cybertron trilogy as well. Just because at the moment they're going for dumb money, so I might as well stick a load of mine on. Do you think you'll ever sell the Nerf gun Megatron? I don't think I've got it, have I? Or I think I might have it, actually. I don't know. Can I see the Devastator? I haven't got a Devastator. If you mean the 86 one, it's not mine. As I said in all my videos, I sent it back ages ago. It's funny because everybody do think it's mine. It's not mine. I've sent them back. It says in the description, these toys aren't mine. So he's not here. But again, fingers crossed I should have my hands on him in 2 weeks. I do have him. I'm sure I've got him in a box upstairs. Everyone has something to say. It's crazy, isn't it? Everyone's all boom jumping it. It's good because the numbers are jumping up now. We're getting back to the normal 50 plus, which is normally in the chat. Which is good because we're 5 minutes away from the monthly draw as well. So we get to see who wins a prize whilst everybody's here. I think I will sell that one because what I think I'll do first is I think I will, I'll review it and then I'll sell it. And that's going to be my process for pretty much everything from Legacy down. If I've reviewed it, then I'm pretty sure it's going to it's going to get sold. I think there's only a few that I'm going to keep because I want to keep I want to display my G1 more. I know I keep saying it. I want to display my G1 more. I've got a couple of, I've actually brought a couple of things from Japan that are on their way at the moment, because I've actually been after these for ages. They're nothing huge and nothing crazy, but it's just something that I want to see more. I want to get like all these stuff behind me. I want to put them out on a shelf. I want people to, I want to be able to see them. I want to be able to, you know, without having to, without knocking everything over. We don't know who it's going to be. As I say, it's definitely not rigged. It's just on there. It's, as I say, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Does everybody else do? I don't know anybody else who does membership competitions anyway, but I just do them because I'm nice. It's fun. I know who wins. Fung Boys won it. In fact, there's a few people in the chat. If Al's still in the chat, he won it this time last year. RC is the one I had questions about, both the prototype and the alternate version. Also sold out in pre-orders, I think, at least on Pulse. RC? Which RC is that? Is there a new one? I don't know which one you mean, Matthew. I don't know which RC you're on about. Is there a new RC? Am I having a complete brain fog? Does anybody know about a new RC, or am I being completely daft? Oh, Missing Link, yes. I don't know when she's out. She does Fung Boy, he does Fung Boy, yes. You're all right. So you see, I completely forget. There's too many figures coming out. Darren, you don't have to, mate. It's only if you want to. It's just it's just there, as I say. You don't have to have any, you don't have to do anything. I get mine are pre-ordered. I get mine Missing Links. I get them from two places, depending who gets them first. But also in demand sell them. But I still you won it literally this time last year, because I had to give you your figure at TFUK Con last time, didn't I? That's what I was just saying it. Yeah, I get them from I get them from Show Z and Robot Recruits, to be fair. So when I support local, I get them from Robot Recruits, who's not in the chat for a change. He normally is. And then I get all my other bigger sort of stuff that most people don't source in the UK from Show Z, purely because you build your own points up as well. So I love it when companies do that. You know, when you're spending your own money, it's nice to be able to get something back. That's why I shop at Tesco and not the others. What we got? 3 minutes till the draw. So yes, we'll see who wins. I can't believe I didn't think of Missing. I even put a comment up earlier as well on the last video. I said that Frenzy doesn't transform into anything in the movies, and of course he did. He transformed into a stereo, and I totally forgot that. But you know, I'm only human. There's too many things to remember, and there's too many things that I hold my hands up and say I don't actually know about with regards to figures. Like I'm thinking of sticking my Pit of Judgment on as well for sale, because I've still not got even around to opening it. I'm looking at it in front of me. It's sat on the floor. It's been on the floor for over 1.5 years, and it's just, I've never touched it. So it might as well go to somebody who's going to use it. So that will probably appear tomorrow on eBay as well, funnily enough. Don't call me Shirley. Hello. Nice to have you on here. You were in here last time, which is great. Boo, what? What are you booing at? I don't know what you're booing at. What are you booing at, Tyler? Taurus, aren't you going to wait for... You see, I don't know. I've always wondered what colour Rumble is. I would happily come around and unbox everything. Yeah, exactly. That's why I need to do it. That's why I need to create space to be able to do that. I'm looking around thinking, going. So that's a good thing, because it's good for you guys, because you guys get the chance to get them as well. There's no point in them sitting on a shelf not doing anything, or even, as you say, in worst case, like the Magmatron as well. I brought the vintage Magmatron, and I've not even took that out of the box yet. The new Magmatron was up there as one of my top 3 favourite figures last year. Who started that? Windcharger started that, didn't he? I think I'm going to, unless because even when Kranix does come out, he's not gonna. It's gonna be completely different to that one there anyway. It's going to be completely different to it, so it'll be different. That's the thing again that's turned my head. That's made me think I don't need to keep every single figure just to do comparisons with, because on the odd occasion that I do watch other people do reviews, like I've watched that Toy Guy a couple of times, it is very close time for the wheel. I can think of, I got him like 5 minutes after he was available and pre-ordered. Grimlock came out early because he was one of the molds that they already had access to. I think that's why they got him out super fast. Yeah, I was watching one of his, and he quite often says, "I haven't got this," and he's like, and he jokes and says, "I've not sold on honestly or whatever." So I was thinking, one of the things I was doing was saving all of these figures so I can do all these comparisons, and most people don't really care. All they want to see is the actual figure. Sometimes it's nice that I can do a comparison. I'll probably keep their latest figure, but as I say, anything from the classics range, anything from even the Combiner Wars, they're going to start to go as soon as I'll probably just start reviewing them all individually and then get them to go. But anyway, everybody's just corrected me. It has been a full hour now. So there are 42 members. There are 42 names in this list. Let us spin the wheel to see who wins today. Wow, 7 people just jumped out of the chat. Who's won it? 41 rather, yes, sorry. Warren's won, that's brilliant. Yeah, there's 41 because somebody only joined last week, so it's not fair for them to jump in. Warren, I'll have to message him. He's normally in the chat. I wonder where he is. I think it's Warren that's got to win. It is Warren who's got to win. Bless him. He'll be really pleased. So, yeah, there's 42 members now. Somebody joined last week and they're not in here. I was going to explain that to them, but they're not in the chat yet anyway. Congratulations to Warren anyway. He's US based, so there you go. I wonder why he's not watching. He normally is. I knew it. I told you. You guessed it. Win Charger, you should perhaps get your name on it once, and then maybe you could win it, and that would upset Pete even more. Mine is never on the wheel. I can show you exactly where yours is, actually, Pete. I know that you're only playing, but I'm still going to show you because I want to. Where are you next to? Because I've got you in here as Pete. Oh, no way, Pete. You were the next one. Look, you were literally the next one. Can you see Warren? You were above him, the blue one above him. Pete. Pete was literally, that's insane. Pete was the next one, guys. Look, there he is. Pete. There's Warren. That would have been nuts if you'd have won that then. So Ridiculous Badger, Warren, and then you were the next one. Unbelievable. Isn't it funny? No, like how many people drop out once I do the wheel. So I'm still going to definitely do the stupid 5 hours for 50k. I'm definitely going to do that because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to a few different people. So I'm going to do like hourly draws if possible, because I think that's another nice way of giving back to everybody who's here as well. And also I'm going to be able to give to not just channel members, so which will be nice. Yes, you did win one, Jace. Yeah, you did. You won the Optimus Prime, obviously, which I sent over to America for you. You've still got that. That's an amazing figure. You won the Ultimate. That's it. Super 7 Ultimate. That was the first one. That was actually sponsored by Robot Recruits, which was very nice of them. I can't do it by next weekend, Sam. I'd love to be fair. I need a few new figures, so maybe you can help that out. I need a few more exclusives. If you've got anything, if you can help in any way, shape or form with regards to that, then of course we will get new subscribers that way. But yeah, to be honest, without being facetious and silly, I'm hoping that it takes in a nice way. Don't get me wrong, if it comes fast, yeah, I'm super close to 8 million. If it comes in the next 3 weeks, I'm so stupid busy anyhow, I won't even have time to do it. So I'm fingers crossed it's going to come sometime in June. The Magic Square Bruticus took me a day to near enough build. It's so fiddly. It really is fiddly, but it's worth it when you get there, let's be honest. Fantastic. Juan has just jumped in as well. Morning. It must be morning in the Philippines then, because that's what you've just said. It is just gone 11 p.m. over here. Yeah, it's growing quite well, to be fair. Or on at Robo Center. Robo Center, I wouldn't know where to put them either, to be fair. I just wouldn't. I looked at them. Of course, I've looked at them. I think they're amazing. I'm 24 away from 8K and IG, getting there slowly. I'm really guilty on my Instagram of not doing anything properly, even though I got my new white backgrounds to take some photos. Robo said that would be amazing. I think it's because I think the reason is Lawrence has jumped in. Hi, Lawrence. Good to have you on here as well. I just think it's down to consistency, guys. I think it's because I put stuff up so often. The problem that I've got, though, is like when I put some things up that people aren't interested in, it just drops the algorithm straight away. Whereas, like, for example, that Build Your Own Optimus Prime, it started off okay and now it's just flawed. But I don't want to stop doing it because I know that there's a few people who are invested. So it's the same as when I always did the G1 comics. They're all my lowest viewed videos and have been forever and probably always will be because people aren't interested in them. So every time I put one of them up, it dropped my algorithm down. But I kept doing them because I know that people were invested in them. So, but as I've always said, it's a channel for you guys as well. So if I'll always keep doing it. I'm not just going to stop doing it. Some videos do really well, like the silly Metroplex ones do very well. I'm going to hopefully get around to doing a video on him this weekend as well. I'm going to have to get my son to help me because he's just massive. And it needs two people to maneuver him around. So I want to do that anyway because I want to do it to show that he doesn't just stand downstairs in the living room. But yeah, I want to do, what's the word? I want to get the review of him done. But I'm going to have a play around with him at first and see if I can actually I know he does transform, but because I haven't had a go, G1 comics I grew up with, I'll feature them. Yeah, of course, you went back and read them all, didn't you? Which was great. But at the time, I should do, shouldn't I? But at the time, Darren, you weren't on this channel that much. I don't think you'd even found me by then. There was a couple of people in the US who literally just said, keep doing it because they were like yourself. They were reading it. They didn't have access to it. And the reason why they wanted me to keep doing mine was because I was showing the whole comic rather than just little bits of, just the footage. He's in the post. He hasn't come yet. He's not come yet, Death Cobra. I'm excited for him, to be fair. Because I like the fact, obviously, that you can do that crazy combination with the actual Lio Kaiser figure and stick him on the back. But again, I'm interested to see what the HasLab when they turn it into like it reminds me of Arnie in Commando with the rocket launcher on his shoulder. It reminds me very much of that. So I'm looking forward to be able to do that as well. Borders has jumped on. There you go, Borders. Thanks for jumping in, pal. I'm attempting to speak still. I'm still not back to 100%, but there's a few of us in here chatting away. I've also did anyone hear back in the Skybound G1 Comics set? It looks nice. Mine arrived a while back from Oh, okay. What are we talking about? I didn't back the Skybound because we've got them all already. I've got them in the Generation 1 definitive set anyway. So I think we've been quite lucky in the UK recently. They've done so many versions of we're looking at Winch. We've been lucky enough to have. It was by the Hachette Part Works, and they did all of G1. They went straight into G2, straight into DreamWorks, IDW, and they covered everything. I'm glad you're on the men, mate. Was it I don't know. I don't think it was. I think it was norovirus, pal, because it's still. I could eat, I could taste. I just couldn't talk, and I just felt incredibly weak. If I could only keep one figure, what would it be? I'm going to cheat because it's 3 together. It's a set, big powered. The big powered 100%. I still need to read all of mine. Got $100. Yeah, I've read the G1 and G2, so I need to move on now to thingies. I'm pretty sure 86 wind charge is happening because of me. You should have started a movement wind charge. You should have literally started jumping on Evans, and Mark Lonus's Instagram each time. Cause I think that's because it was one figure or a gift set that I genuinely thought I'd never get. No way. Now I was speaking to a couple of the parents outside school, and one of them said that they were again wiped out for ages. And as I said at the beginning, but I'm not going to keep going on about it. I've never took time off in the 20 plus years I've been self-employed, and I took time off because I just couldn't get out of bed. So that's how bad it knocked me around. Really did. And it's weird because, as I say, I've never been that poorly in my life ever, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. So, and as you can hear, I'm still not proper. I can see them doing that. I can see them doing the yellow and the blue in a gift set. like they did with the GoBots, with of course the redecos, movie figures from the '86 movie Foolishly Away when I was 12. You sound very similar to me, Matthew. I didn't give mine away though. I was 12, no, I was 13 because it was 1992 and it was my school fete. And I took all my toys with me and I sold them all there that day. Yeah, all of them in 1992. So I was only a little bit older than you. I sold them all in, yeah, when I was 13. All of my G1 stuff. I thought I'd grown out of them. And then it didn't even take me 10 years to start buying them back. And you will indeed, Tyler. Thank you for jumping on board. I will see you at UK Con on Saturday. So just give us a text Saturday morning because we'll be about from the night before anyway. The yellow repaint could be named Decepticharger, a little alternator stuff. Yes, it could. I've got that alternator actually. That's a good idea, Windcharger. Honestly, some of your ideas, you just need to put them on either Evan or Mark Lonus's Instagram because they do take note. They genuinely do take note of suggestions and what people do. So you should. Yeah, and they do listen as well, and they are always reading lots of comments and stuff. I'm the worst now. I've fallen so far behind on the comments on YouTube. I genuinely feel bad how far behind I am. But I find myself just repeating myself. The amount of questions who ask the same ones is nuts. Sold my entire collection 92 except Optimus Prime. 92 must be the year then. 92 must be the year that everybody saw. I suppose it was, wasn't it? To us in the UK and to people in the US, 92 it had gone. Whereas obviously in Japan, I'd have probably been loving it because there was things like him, Battle Gaia and Guard City and all the 2-packs and all that sort of stuff. Take care, Jace. Thanks for jumping in, pal. Appreciate it. And again, I say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. If I'd have seen the Operation Combination figures, they would have definitely kept me collecting them because I think even now the Micromaster Combiners are some of the funnest figures that I've ever played with, genuinely. And of course, then they reused them all anyhow. Was it for Cybertron? Sold them all individually, and then they pieced them all together. They did Superior. They just used them all again, didn't they? But for me, it would have definitely kept me, because I love the Micromasters, it would have kept me involved and intrigued with it all, definitely. But it just didn't. It's weird. It's just, I don't understand how well, it's the same as what's going on now. We've just said this, Canada's got wave 2 of Age of the Primes. We haven't got any of them. We haven't got anything. Chucky's in. Nice to have you, Paul. We're just talking randomly now, pal. We've been going for an hour and 15 nearly. Yeah, don't worry. Just come in and say hello. Appreciate you jumping on. It's just as I say, just one of them things. There's a few people popping in. Have you been to the store recently? Have you seen anything decently in there? I'm so jealous of anybody who lives anywhere near the Battersea store because I wish I could go there. In fact, I want them to spread out. I want them to go do one in Birmingham's too far as well. I want them to do Telford. Should never be a thing. GameStop here is finally getting Age of the Primes. Battersea, yeah, went a week half ago. Scorponok was in a basement that flooded and unsalvageable. My nephew broke Tripticon. At least you got there, Russ. The Battersea has Age of the... Yes, it does, buddy. I've seen that on the pictures. Who's put at least they got there? Old Transformers Legacy. Yeah, you say old, but the thing is, Fung Boy, that Ramjet only came out last week, which for some reason is so late. It's crazy. The Ramjet repackage from Legacy United Wave 5 only came out in the UK last week. Soundwave's been out for ages. Because again, I get them all from In Demand. They're the best if you want. But again, as soon as Battersea get online as well with the toys, they'll be maybe the same as In Demand. I don't know. I need to speak to them. I need to get down. Still waiting for Thrust though. I suppose so. Yeah. To be fair, I stuck my, literally they're on eBay right now as I speak. I've stuck my Skywarp and Thundercracker up because so many people want them, so I put them up. I'll probably sell my Thrust as well over the weekend, to be fair, because I know that we'll get them again. More toy stock. So Ramjet and Soundwave just came out here too. That's weird. Soundwave went out, again, it's easy to tell when figures come out in this country because I put the video up the same day. I guess the Turbo Master Predator were the popular then. I was looking at August catalog scans and put together. Yeah, they just completely disappeared, didn't they did though. They must have done, because I don't remember seeing, like, I don't remember seeing the Turbo Masters and that over here at all. Because I would have probably thought, what are these? Especially with the difference, with the logos. Because I remember when I got back into collecting in the early 2000s, I didn't even know they were Transformers. I thought they were KOs, funnily enough. I remember that's one of my biggest things, that when you learn your things yourself and you teach yourself. Imported, but I do at the reissue. Surely it's gone out. I got mine from Space Bridge, funnily enough. And I can't remember what I paid. It wasn't super cheap, but it wasn't super expensive. Was it a Walmart or was it a Walgreens exclusive for Thrust? I'm not too sure. But yeah, he's going up. He's going up on eBay tomorrow, definitely. Because I know loads of people who want him, and mine have served their purpose to me now. As I say, I'll wait for they do the thingy ones. Found one page with the Aquaspeeders and Stormtroopers, and that was it until Generation 2. I need to go through my Generation 2. I know Pete's already asked for some stuff. In fact, I'm going to stick up a sealed dirt bag. That's what I'm going to do. I can see it down there. That's one of the figures I'm definitely going to put up. I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to keep my G2 stuff or not, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I'm hoping so, Windcharger, because I think it makes sense. A spanner figure would be nice. Yes, they did one. They did a spanner, but wasn't it? Was it the yellow thing in Computron? Or am I getting mixed up? Was in the Combiner Wars. Thrust was target red. Oh, okay. Dirtbag. Well, there you go. I've got a sealed one and I've got a loose one. What was I saying? What was I saying then? About Wild King. I don't know. I think it was about Wild King. It would make perfect sense to. I don't know. Maybe they've got to translate the boxes or things like that. Didn't Hasbro Pulse just recently start putting things up from Japan anyway as well, like Missing Links and the new MPG? I'm sure they did. So you never know. If they're going to start doing things like that, then I'm sure they probably will do. I think with regards to going back to the Seekers, they've got to re-release them, because they've got to put them in Studio Series 86 boxes. So I think whoever's after them, that's another reason why I'm selling mine, because I'm pretty sure that they will put them in 86 boxes. So if they're going to put them in 86 boxes, then I'll just get the 86 version. It's crazy to see, funny enough, as I was literally on eBay, obviously because I'm checking what things are worth, just how much they go up is fine. I've been hinting about the cone heads. They haven't put a Barcy on Pulse, but I don't think they have. I don't know whether it's, maybe it might be in Pulse UK then. For some reason that annoys me as well. Pulse UK is very different to Pulse US. I don't know about the rest of the world, but they're all different. They should all be blanketed all across. But then again, they've all got different stock in different warehouses, haven't they? So it doesn't help the situations with it all. It's just a pain in the bum, massively. The fact that it's not blanketed everywhere. I think that, not signing off, but dinner's on and still. Don't worry, Darren, I know that you're always there, pal, in the background, which is nice. Hasbro Pulse UK Missing Link RC. See, that's a stupid price, isn't it? Why have they gone and done that? Pulse US gets the Japanese stuff. I thought it did. That is $125. I can't remember what I've paid on Show Z. I can have a quick look, actually. Let's see what she is on Show Z. Let's have a look. RC. I don't even know if it's got the price, actually, now. Let's have a look. It might have, it might not. Oh, no, it's just asking for deposits. I know that Robot Recruits has got it relatively cheap as well for UK guys. Again, just got to find out when they come out. I'd have thought they'd have been out by now, to be fair. So that's what she'll be then. I think she's 70 on thingy now. You've just said that. She's $80 to $90. It's, again, that's stupid. We always pay through the nose. Always pay way through the nose. Always. We always have in the UK, as I say. Our deluxe figures now are £25, £26, which is 33, 34 US dollars, maybe more. And that's standard. You can't get them cheaper than that anywhere. Leader class figures are £55, so that's what, $75. It's the way it's always been. Sometimes we pay what you pay in dollars, we pay it in pounds, and that's what the big uproar with the HasLabs is. And it is frustrating because if you pay $200, yeah, but Pete, I've brought them over there, and the people in the chat will verify with us. We pay so much, it's upsetting compared to what they are. I've managed to buy an entire lot. I mean, okay, I'm going back a few years now, but I was able to buy all of, I think it was an entire wave. It was Combiner Wars and the ones after that. You're right, Gimmick. Thanks for coming back. I brought an entire wave, 2 waves from Big Bad Toy Store, got them imported, paid the postage on a giant box, and it was still cheaper than if I'd have gone into, because Smiths didn't have them at the time, into the Entertainer and brought them. It was still cheaper back then. So yeah, so it's just, and I've always been able to do that, and it just frustrates me. Megatron, yeah, he's £55 in the UK. He's £55. Some places might have him at 56. And as I say, I think our exchange rate is about 1.28 or 1.26 at the moment, or as Pete said, 1.2. It's not the greatest at the moment because we're not doing too well. But even then, if you're thinking that we're paying a fifth on top of everything that you're playing, toe line and nucleus each, and I brought both of them. Which one's toe line? Oh, okay. To be fair, Retro, you missed out then, because if you'd have gone to Indie Man's event 2 weeks, whenever it was, when I was there in February, they had, which one? They had Nucleus, Magnius, and Strong Arm for £8. All 3, which was crazy. The Target discount Megatronus would have been less. Yeah, but I suppose they still pay tax though, don't they? They still got to pay some form of tax in the US. Oh yeah, exactly. That's it. That's our VAT going on it. In the US, also sell brand new figures for huge discounts. Yeah, we do. We've always paid more than that. Again, I'm lucky enough that I've always had friends and people going over there who've managed to acquire some for me, new, old, even some, as I say, which have been. I've had things. I've used exactly what people have used me for. I've found some things on US eBay or eBay.com. Got my friends to buy it. Same as Sam, who's in the chat now. Sam's Formers. He does it the same with his friends in US. Get them to buy. We buy them and send them over. The dollar is not strong at the moment. I brought something for pounds. Was shocked at the conversion rate, close to $23. £40 is almost $53. So £55 is 46 without VAT. Yep. So there you go. Then you're right, Pete. Doesn't help us out though, does it? Doesn't help us out. But again, we're quite lucky in the UK because at the moment we're not going to have to pay tariffs, whereas you guys are going to have to pay tariffs. I don't want to get too political and talk about all things like that. I want to carry on talking about toys, but I think at the moment it's nuts. I've seen Fans Hobby's website have basically just said that they're going to hang fire on everything, I think, at the moment for importing things to the US, which is a shame because that's obviously that's the Metal Hawk. That's the big evil overlord and all them as well, isn't it? So be interesting to see exactly what happens with regards to it all. And eBay at the moment over here, I don't know what it's like for you guys in the US, but eBay over here have just completely, I don't even know what words to use, screwed, shafted, totally took the mick out of us, because now they say that sellers don't have to pay any fees. But what they do is, let's just say I listed something for a £5. It appears on eBay for like £6.50 because they put a buyer protection fee that we don't see any of, and they take it all. 9th of May pre-order price is held afterwards. Will be going up in the US. Oh, okay. And then obviously, so that means that people won't buy it because it's expensive. So we have to then, as a seller, we have to lower our prices so people will buy them. And you've got no say on the matter either. You've got nothing at all. They're only leading with the fact saying, oh, you don't have to pay any fees, but it's actually making it worse. Can't list as many. Yeah, it's really bad, Retro. It's awful. As I say, as soon as I've decided to start selling everything, it's because, like I say, if I was going to sell something for a £5, people aren't going to pay it now because I'm listing it for a £5, but it's coming up at £7. So if I did not mention that, more than half the price. UK to US except on certain goods is untenable. I wonder why. Because again, the UK stuff, we don't even have stuff that you guys would want, surely, do we? I mean, we had Cosmoses a few years back, but I don't think there's anything else that's an exclusive that you guys don't get first or that you guys don't get access to. I'm sure you guys get more access to everything way before us, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. Again, as proved with HasLabs, and which isn't in a shop, well, that's just, I suppose it depends where you, if you're closest to the manufacturing place. And it's Vietnam, isn't it? So none of us are anywhere near Vietnam. We do have Battersea merch, but that's only because it's new. And that's merch. They haven't got their own range of figures just yet. If they did that, that would be amazing. Because that is something that I do think that we do definitely need. I think that I think that this shop needs some exclusive stuff. It's great they've got the comic covers. It's great they're getting other things. But again, what would they do for official figures? I don't know. I suppose there's a Target Optimus. Maybe they could do a thingy. Yeah, if they did that, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Who knows? That's something to suggest to them. I think that's probably the only thing left that hasn't been made into a Transformer, isn't it? What's surprising? Do you remember the little, what were they called? Not bot shots, bots. My kids went through a phase of getting some of them, and there's like 200 or something stupid now. So I can't even get all them because there's so many. And they're anything from milkshakes to buildings to whatever. Oh, the Hearts of Steel. I haven't even pre-ordered them. I'm on the fence with them. What fiction is the Hearts of Steel in, guys? What do I need to read to learn about the Hearts of Steel? Because they mean nothing to me. You guys can help me out with that. The figures look okay. Warren, I am pleased you are there, sir. Oh, thanks for that. Right, thanks, guys. Warren, I'll give you the good news, my friend. I'm going to message you on Instagram after this because you just won the draw. You won the draw, my friend. You literally did. So I think your name is still, it's still pointing at your name right there, sir. On the green, that is you. You won the draw. So send me a message privately after this and we'll sort out. Plus free shipping is now 15. Must be about 9. So Warren. Won because of you. So drop me a message, matey. Whoa, I nearly dropped my old iPad there. Yeah, you did, pal. You won it. You did. Legitimately, you won it. So yeah, you did. And you've saved me. You've just jumped on, and everybody who's in the chat saw it as well. So there you go. Congratulations, pal. Drop me a message, and I'll send something. I'll put the viewing screen and stopped it. Just yeah, it was the joke. Obviously, Warren, you'll remember because you're normally in the chat from the beginning. Is Pete doesn't ever win. We get more GT figures in the Generations line. Accelerators in the deluxe form, they would be great, to be fair, and they could use loads of the molds, couldn't they? I've got the accelerator. Was it the TFUK Con where they used the Datsun molds? I've got one of them around there, to be fair. Rapido, I think it was. That's a good figure. Yeah, the accelerators. I've got. In fact, I'm probably going to sell my carded ones of them. That's something else I can put up. You guys are giving me all ideas. I'm just going to go through all my stuff tomorrow and put all the things up. So where's Warren gone? Some of the simplest figures are always the best, aren't they? Some of them like that, as I say, like your Turbo Masters, like your Predators, like your Accelerators, the Sky Scorchers and all that as well. They're quite fun. They're just nice and basic. I need the black windscreen accelerator. I've got them. I've got European and American variants. Of course I have. I think I've got them sealed as well, to be fair, but both versions. So as I say, when I come around to do my G2, you'll be first to know. In fact, Pete, you've got more stuff than me. How do you keep? I don't even know how you must store as much stuff because you must have more than me. How do the rest of you guys do it? The Generation That's a mold. I'd love to know mold for him to do. Sky Squish are my favourites. Sam, thanks for jumping on board, mate. I'm sure I'll catch up with you soon. I want to know from some of you guys, because some of you guys must have enormous collections as well. How do you do it? Because I can't do it. I want to know how you do it, or if you just, are you like me now? Have you just got storage boxes full of stuff here, there and everywhere? Because for me, it does my head in. It really does, the fact that I can't put everything out and see it all in all its glory. So I suppose the benefit that I've got is that I've got this channel now, so I can Most of mine is in storage, so it's pointless. Yeah, there you go. The good thing is now, then I suppose that's another reason why I'm comfortable with letting things go, because what I can do, I'm going to read that. Thank you very much. In bubble wrapping boxes, I'm quite a bit better, Daniel. You can probably tell by my voice I'm not 100%, but yeah, I'm feeling all right. I'll do a recap of a couple of things in a minute for you. But yeah, I think another reason why I'm more acceptable or more willing to let things go. My transformers are in boxes stacked. So see, everybody's you're the same as me. Then you've got them all stacked up. So yes, so some of the things I've looked at and I've thought, right, I've done a video on that. So I at least it sounds daft, but like I know that I've owned it. I know that I've had some fun with it. I've played around with it, so I'm quite happy for it to go. So, but yeah, like the things in the boxes and stuff. Because I always used to say to people, wow, fantastic, Lawrence, yours must be ridiculous. Then if you've got a unit. I always used to say to people, that was my only advice: make sure that you can sort of see it. But then, by the looks of it, we're all in exactly the same boat. I only keep a couple of bucks here and there. It's anywhere I could keep collecting. I've seen yours board as well. You've got like an entire wall. So, and I do know that you recycle quite a bit. But I think, to be honest, as well as I admitted, exactly, Chris, mine's the same. It's in the attic above me. It's in here. It's in there. I think because I fell into the trap, and I admit it, of doing stuff that I normally tell people not to do, like of literally buying every single figure so I can review it. And then, like, again, you can't see here, but they're just stacked up everywhere. But my bird, I'm currently looking in building display cases from shelving units. Most are boxed and stored until they are complete. So that's another reason why I'm comfortable with, right, if it's something new that I don't really have too much fondness to, it's going to go, but I need to find out what my landlord thinks of that. 20-inch deep, that's deep. I'm trying to think how big my shelves are. Thanks for jumping on, Paul. I'll hopefully see you soon anyway. Because if it goes too deep and you've got shelves above it, you can't see it. So that's I think where the IKEA ones come in perfect, but it takes so much storage space now, like 3. Whoa, they're big boxes. I think for me, it got to the point, as I say, it was whenever the last live stream was, because it's been at least 6 weeks, and I came to this decision about 4 weeks ago, maybe 3, and I was standing in here, like I pretty much am now. I've got a huge amount of stuff in front of me. I've got a huge amount of stuff there, and I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, right, I'm not going to do anything with that anymore. So it's going to people who want it, which is good. Whereas on the stuff that I can see in my display cases on my shelves, and as I said, I've just managed to find, I don't want to give too much away because they're going to be in the Monday Mystery Reveal, that I've managed to find something that I actually want to get for a G1, and I'll actually stick it up on a shelf. I mean, I brought that huge Omega Supreme, was it from Energon or whatever it was, and it's just sat in a box, and I haven't even got around to even looking at it. So, and I don't even think I can fit it on the in the review station anyway, so I think that's probably, but everybody keeps telling me it's a good figure and I need to give it a chance, so I probably will do. But I think it's the same hands free. It was always planned to be my pension, pal, so it's nothing's going away free. I'm sure it was the Year of the Snake Omega Supreme Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, was it, or was it not this one as well? I'm sure it was this, wasn't it? It's the same as this, but this was the Year of the Snake exclusive, that giant Energon Omega Supreme. Because if it is, then I'll probably just sell that and keep this one, because this one took me ages to hunt down. And the box for this is beautiful as well. I think it is. I'm sure it is. But again, it's from a range of toys which I don't really know. Although this doesn't look like a Headmaster, but I'm sure the Energon one is. One of the packet in top shelves, mask. See, I don't know how you do it, Retro. You collect everything. I couldn't. I've got no space to collect everything. In fact, let me put this there for now. Please don't fall off. Rest there. There we go. I think the biggest thing for me was, and I remember saying it to people, the left arm's a bit different, but I remember correctly, but I thought it was. I don't think you were. I don't know how long you've been following me. I've separate shelf for your Doctor Who collection, my collection. No, my Doctor Who, they're just in a little storage box because I can't put them out. What was I saying? I don't know when you jumped on board Retro Action, but but I don't know if you knew me or knew the channel before I was in this room. But what I'd done is I'd worked it all out to everything how I wanted it to do. But then it's the G1 boxes, and this is, I've had a big long chat with Sixo a couple of times with this, because he doesn't keep any of his boxes. I mean, he's got a few, like he's got his Minerva box, obviously, which is still special. But I ended up actually buying some, what's the word? I actually brought some G1 boxes off him to put with my figures. So it's all about the boxes. But for me, it really is all about the boxes. I don't think I could sell my G1 boxes. It's a mess. I need to. That's what I want it to be, a bit more spacious. Going to make any more for that new mask? No, I'm not interested in masks. To be fair, I enjoyed it as a kid. I enjoyed the cartoon. So no, yeah. So I think was I in this room, Retro? I can't remember or not. I don't think I was. No. So I moved from a room downstairs. But again, when I do my little tours and my things, it's the boxes that take up so much space. So that's, and for me, it's all about the boxes. So whereas Sixo's collection, which is insanely good, it's beautiful. But if you look at his collection, he doesn't have any of the boxes. So I don't know how he keeps everything as well, to be fair. But he openly admits to not having many boxed G1 figures. So and like openly admits to, I remember when I watched his, funny enough, talking to the retro line, the box that Bombshell came in with Ramhorn, he said he was just going to chuck that box in the bin. Literally just said, I'm going to throw it in the bin, and I can't do that. Windshield, I worry about space in the front. See, again, I take my hat off to you guys. I can't do multiple toy lines. Near the flea market, it's the original Mega Supreme. I could not afford him. I think it was $40. I can tell you a funny story, which is again completely true, about my Omega Supreme. So Omega Supreme never came out in this country, in the UK, and this is how much of an understanding wife I've got. We were in Vegas in 2011, I think it was, and there used to be a toy shop, and I don't think it's there anymore, at the bottom of Freeman Street. If anybody can confirm it for me, I would love to know, because I've tried to find it online. There was a toy shop at the bottom of Freeman Street, and they had a box G1 Omega Supreme. It was $200. And because I'd never even seen a box G1 Omega Supreme, it was like one of them instant purchases, and I brought it in. Of course, the G1 Omega Supreme isn't that small, obviously, and especially not boxed. And just completely forget about everything you do, the giddiness of purchasing it, and then of course getting it back to the hotel room, and then realizing that it doesn't fit in any suitcase or anything that I've brought. So I had to purchase an entire massive suitcase and then check that in online. So that Omega Supreme bargain that I found in America ended up costing me a load more than what it should have done, because I had to buy a new suitcase and I had to check a new suitcase in online as well. And that's a true story. So there you go. Yeah, there was a toy shop. I think it was called, I can't think what it was called. It was at the bottom of Freeman Street, and it was a proper vintage collector's toy shop, and it was brilliant. But I don't think it's there. The website, I can't even think of what it, I can't even think what it was called. Toy Shack, Toy Stop, don't know. But I just love to know if it was still there, because again, from the great memories of that. So I'd love to find it and email them and say, look, I've still got it. But I don't think anybody knows, because nobody's replied in the chat to that. So, or if anybody lives anywhere near to Vegas anyway. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't know how you guys collect multiple toy lines, or perhaps you're just more, what's the word? You got more self-control than me. You don't just buy everything in in complete waves and stuff. All right, what's this? I'm trying to do it. Charges comes with 11 Vegas, stays in Vegas. I do not know what's going on with Silverbolt. I've heard so many really negative stories and horror stories that have happened with Amazon US, basically saying that they cancelled everybody's pre-orders. That's class. You were married in Vegas. Very, very cool. But it obviously isn't there. If you would have seen it, because obviously you went to Freeman Street. It was right next to, I think it was next, they called it the Heart Attack Grill, but I don't think it's called that anymore. Amazon and Pulse seem to be doing apparently in the US. Mine, again, is pre-ordered from in demand, and I know that when they get it in, I'll get it. I don't know, as I said, I don't know exactly what's going on with Silverbolt. I get asked more questions on Silverbolt than Devastator, to be fair, but some people must have him because I'm sure that Trump Campbell's. I'm sure that I've seen Patriot Prime's got it, and there's a few others. Thanks for confirming with that, Daniel. When I go on T-Formers, sometimes it always says, people are reviewing. So I know a few people have managed to get them. But again, it's the sporadic distribution. It's here, there, and everywhere, isn't it? I don't know why it's as bad as what it is. It just is. Because Silverbolt, as I said, not Silverbolt, Slingshot came out here completely normal. Space was issues, of course, but he did have Castle Grayskull, He-Man, and the Castle of Lions anyway, Voltron. Yeah, you guys, as I say, He-Man, if you think about it, He-Man's got Castle Grayskull, which is huge. What's that new, what's the new Cat's Lair? Who's made that? The new Cat's Lair for Thundercats is huge. So whoever's collecting Thundercats, that's the biggest thing I think I've seen in. It's massive. Is it Super 7, is it, Pete? It's huge. Moff, who was in the chat earlier, he's obviously got Primetime Toys, and I'm sure he was selling one. And he put the box of how big it was next to his back door or something, and it was huge. Yes, I'm going to go for 2 hours, buddy. When I stream, I do 2 hours. The reason why I do that is because if I start off at 10 p.m, I go over to midnight, and then that way I cross a few timelines, and it gives enough people to jump on board, to be fair, which I used to go a bit later, but because my son's always got football on a Sunday morning, I don't go as late anymore. But when I do the 50k, I'm going to do 5 hours, so I'm probably going to start about 9 p.m. and go through to 2 a.m. In fact, that's probably a bad idea because, what's his name? Proto Man goes live at 1. So maybe I'll do 8 till 1 or something like that. Of course, the Eternia play set, which is worth a load of money as well. Yeah, it is. It's nuts. But like, again, just saying that. So if you collect Thundercats, you've got to have Eternia. If you collect, not Eternia, Cat's Lair. If you collect, Masters of the Universe, you've got Castle Grayskull and everything like that. Mask a reissue and everything. There's too much. I saw some, I know Borders is in the chat. He collects the Street Fighter figures as well, which are great. They look really good. Even Brave Star figures, even Bucky O'Hare. Ironically enough, guys, I would probably, this will make you laugh, if I had, I don't want to say Star Wars because I love Star Wars. Do any of you guys have the old 2000 Optimus Prime mask? Yes, Darren, I do. It's huge and it still works as well. I've got that, the giant one. What was I saying then? Oh, yeah, that's it. I'd love to collect Star Wars, but there's too much of them and they're too expensive. But I would also probably, just because purely for nostalgia, and this is, I don't know if it's sad or you'll laugh at it or not, but probably collect wrestling figures because I remember how much fun I had with them as a kid as well. Like literally spinning their arms around and attacking each other. They were fun. There's too many things to collect, and yeah, if I won the lottery, and then I'd do exactly what somebody just put. Was it Pete who said he'd buy another house? Oh, a bigger house. If I won the lottery, I would buy next door neighbour's house, and I would just turn it into a collection room. I think they do now you've said that, yes. I would probably have a Transformers floor. I'd buy 3 stories, so I'd have a Transformers floor, a Star Wars floor, and then just a mixed bag of everything I had as a kid. Like even Manta Force, I used to love that ship. The Manta Force ship was amazing. I think I had the white one, and I think my little brother had the red one, because I definitely remember playing with both of them, and I'm sure it was us. We had Hope for Unicron, we had Metroplex, but my mum said no to Forge Maximus. Transformers, I can't remember if the price was high enough. She scolded me. Fort Max was never out in the UK, so we never had that. I've got the HasLab Unicron, and that's just ridiculous. I remember, that's why I know you've got Manta Force. The Titans are getting silly as well. So do you think this run of combiners will be at Hasbro or in terms of mass retail? No, I think what they'll do, Borders, I think they'll do them all again. I can definitely see this being, because Combiner Wars is 10 years old now, and that seems to be the cycle, doesn't it? Let's be honest, you had classics, and then we had, that was it. We had classics, then we had thrilling 30s, then we've had, you know, legacies. They seem to go in 10-year cycles, so I would imagine that we will just get them all. They'll just carry going on into, they'll just go into, what's the word, into different toy lines. So obviously they started the combiners in Legacy and they gave us Menasor. September, Pete, I'm definitely doing a store. September, 100%. In fact, I'll book tables soon. Yeah, we've got Menasor, then obviously in Age of Primes, we know we've got Superior and Bruticus. There's still one more year left of Age of the Primes as well. So I imagine that year we'll get Defensor. And then I imagine that exactly if you think of what they did with Combiner Wars, they did Combiner Wars, and then when they went into Power of the Primes, we got Volcanicus and Abominus and stuff like that. So they just tend to spread them all out. So I reckon that's exactly. So I think we'll get the 4 main Scramble City ones from 86, you know, the original 86 ones, Defensor, Bruticus. We've had Menasor and Superians coming now. I think they'll be completed in Age of the Primes, whatever them 3 years consist of. And then I think after that, whatever them next 3 years consist of, I can see them doing. Of course, I'm getting 86 Devastator as well, so I can then see who we're missing. We're missing a Piranha-Con, a proper one, which not just Generation Selects, Computron, Abominus, and then who knows? Fingers crossed. Maybe they might do a Monstructor. Who knows? I'm thinking of collecting Inhumanoids. Yeah, exactly. They're huge as well. Retro, again, fair play to you if you do, bud. But I suppose that's what you do. That's what your channel is as well. It's everything. It's not just Transformers. Fort Max sat in New England store and never sold. They never sold them in the UK, and we found out the reason why. In fact, Retro, it's a shame you're not on the channel membership, because Pete's on the private Discord, and when Pete comes to sell some stuff, by the sounds of it, he's got everything that you want. Predator King, thanks Al. Don't know, I forgot him. But we're getting the Predator King, aren't we? We're getting the Machina. Is it Adam's Machina? Adam's Machina, Call of the Primitives. We're getting the Predator King, definitely from Takara. That's confirmed. That's already coming out. So yeah, what I was saying, Retro, is you could contact Pete direct, and then get whatever he wanted to. I rebooted the collection from the Wolves. I won't be doing that again. I do think I suppose nailed it. I was going to mention pretty. Is it? I'm sure. Is it the Adams Machina? It's the same. It's not the. It's the T-Spark, but it's not the people who did the Rodimus. I did a review on, but it's the same sort of thing. I know we've done it because I've done a video on it. I'm sure they're actually literally calling it the Call of the Primitives. There you go. Yeah, AMT. So we're definitely getting a Predator King anyway. So whether or not they then decide to box it and put it in. Landcross would be amazing, but I'm just talking about mainline, what I would class as mainline Hasbro, because I'm looking at my Japanese shelf in front of me, and of course there's Dino King, Landcross, Raiden, and Leo Kaiser, who would just be amazing. Leo Kaiser's HasLab, obviously, so that'll tie in. There's another one. So if you think about it, by mid next year, we will have Devastator, Menasor, probably a G2 Menasor by mid next year, Superior, and Bruticus by mid next year. So that's crazy. And if you think that realistically, Combiner Wars didn't start till when? 2015? So yeah, it's 10-year cycles then, because Thrilling 30 lasted 2 years. Thrilling 30 was obviously 2013 and 2014. Defense will be the year after, I reckon, Darren. Do you collect Mega Force, man? That's again, it just sort of proves, doesn't it? It proves that, yeah, I didn't like the Titan Masters. I've got to confess, they were one of my biggest disappointments in the, was it either Power of the Primes or Titan's Return, obviously, in the Titan's Return line. I don't think that any of them, even then they reissued it again, I mean, in Walmart boxes, I don't think any of them, in my opinion, are better than the G1 originals. They've got a little bit of extra articulation, but they're flimsy, they're hollow. Yeah, we definitely need a proper Computron that wasn't just a redeco of a few others, to be fair. Because it was, wasn't it? The gift set. And the Combiner Wars Leo Kaiser was awful. Yeah, exactly. Bruticus brings millions. I've still got to get one use of that mold from G1. I can't remember which one it is. I think I've got the rarest ones, but there's just a normal one I need to get my hands on. Pete, I will let you know about the thingy as well. I remember how expensive Ultra Magnus was. He was for Christmas. My grandma, just like Rodimus, she would be buying expensive. That's a great memory to have, Matthew. I love people who've got memories like that. Darren's got a few like that. I remember getting, I must have got, I can't remember if I got them for Christmas, but I know I had Megs, and I know I also had Galvatron as well. I don't remember those. I think we'll get them all, as I say, guys. And it's also a no-brainer because for all the reasons that you've just said, all the new, they'll reuse the molds. They'll just completely reuse the molds. Defensor could be Guard City, and then they could do a G2 version. Bruticus could obviously be insane amounts. Bruticus could be G2, Battle Gaia, Ruination, loads of them. There's just too many. And as I say, if you think about it as well, none of us then just listed out any of the mini ones from Operation Combination, which they then used in Cybertron. It seems to me, and I think it's obvious, if you look at it realistically, we've just cracked the code then. It's a 10-year cycle, isn't it? It's a 10-year cycle. So once they've done all the combiners, they'll probably move on to Headmasters and Target Masters, and then that'll lead them up to near enough the 50th anniversary, etc., etc. And then it'll just keep going. That's just the way the cycle works. I think if you look at the main figures, you know, like your Bumblebees, your Starscreams, and that's why Chug's about, you know, you get your classics, and then you get your generations, and then you get your Thrilling 30s and everything else. How many New Age David variants? Again, I have no idea. Pete might know that. Because you've cracked it, Hasbro will change it. They will do, yes. A new 6-wing and 6. I can probably tell you, I can give you a quick idea of how many Davids there are in New Age. If I type in New Age David into Show Z, there might be, I'm cutting out robot points reflector. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now there's only 10 here, but there must be more. There must be more than 10. Because yeah, there's got to be. They've got cartoon, comic, twin pack. I don't know if I collect in 10 years. Yeah, you will, Borders. You know you will do. We all say this, but we all think we won't. I think Bayverse will get another resurgence in 2027, 20-year anniversary. I think they'll push that because it's 20 years. They'll probably just do what they're doing already. They're already rebooting some of the... yeah, that one's not in it as well. They'll probably reboot the... What's it called? Well, they are rebooting the Studio series. They've already updated... Like, obviously, that the Bumblebee I got to reveal, that was just an updated version of one of the earlier Studio series. So they always do. It's just a cycle, isn't it? They just but it's great because we still get the chance to buy the best versions of these figures. There's some going to be 26. Yes, multi-fix on the figures would be nice. I imagine that they will do, Daniel, because I think, although there's some people, and there's a lot of people in this chat who really don't like the movies, at the end of the day, the movie figures are going to sell. They're always going to sell, and I'll use that toy guy as an example. And even let's use Prime versus Prime. He got into it because of them, so there you go. So and it's a no-brainer to them. It's because the thing is as well, if you think of most of the movie figures, lots of them, they do the same. They use the same mold. As soon as they get one Seeker, you got a load. As soon as you get Optimus Prime, you've got a night version, a day version, a battle damaged version. I'm just looking around, just thinking exactly that. They'll do them all. If you look at, I think Revenge of the Fallen, the one that just shows how insane it is. At the peak of me having my Revenge of the Fallen figures, I think I had like 50 deluxes. Literally 50 deluxes. And if you think of Revenge of the Fallen, there's no way there's more than 12 characters. Maybe 15 at tops. And yet there's millions of them. No, I don't want G.I. Joe or Transformers. Surprised there's no movie engineers. I'm here because of G1, you know. This, which really impresses me, Wind Charger, because as soon as I found out your age, then I'm even more impressed with yourself. The fact that, as I say, that you're on the ball with them. Action Force. Hated it as a kid. Hate it as an adult. No interest in it whatsoever. I actually, as I say, I still I resent them for taking up pages in my comics, which is strong. It's quite funny. Yeah, I really do. Really don't like the fact that they did that they took up spaces in my comics. How dare they? Maybe because, of course, I fully get it. You know, he was branded as an all-American hero, wasn't he? The real American hero or whatever. So you can see why that probably didn't translate as well in the UK. But I appreciate people who love it. You had a blue brawl called Tank or Thrustbusters Deluxe. Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. They had so many different figures that came out. I had so many of them. I've still got my Sound Blaster, which is, you know, there was 4 different coloured versions of Soundwave. There was a dirge. There was loads, wasn't there? There was so many of these, and they weren't in the films. More than 1 or 2 Beavis figures. Honestly, Daniel Hopper, I see them getting loads. I only like Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. It's all in the reruns. At first episode I saw was a Prime problem. Guess who got the Prime? There you go then. And the funny thing is, I have so many bad, not bad as in negative memories, bad as in I don't remember much about the cartoons. Sometimes there's ones that are really clear to me, like Fire on the Mountain and Heavy Metal War. Some of them are really, really clear to me, but other ones it's like, and because as well, some of the things, like we discussed this not so long ago, they had different names. Like I think More Than Meets the Eye, they were called in America, but in the UK it was called Arrival from Cybertron. The first 3 episodes were called Arrival from Cybertron. So I don't know if they changed the names on any other episodes, but I know they definitely did with them 3. Do you remember Mad Balls, guys? I'd collect Mad Balls as well, because they were great as well. That's what I mean. You guys who collect so many other things, I just wouldn't know what to do. I've got like a few random figures. I got like, because I had to get a Thanos with a huge gauntlet. I know that's not vintage, but I had to get that as soon as I saw that in a Disney store about 5 years ago, a massive one. But yeah, going back, because I would be nuts. I'd be like, I need to buy that, I need to buy this, etc. Garbage Pail Kids. There's a Garbage Pail Kid called Muscle. Russell was the name of the UK video release that had the original episodes. Exactly. You see, so they did change them. But I would probably, again, it's the time. I've suggested this a few times, but I just not got around to doing it. Doing a watch along. The only thing with the watch along is though you guys would have to have a laptop or have something at the same time so we could all watch it together. Yeah, you can't complain about the 86 lineup because it's coming close to the movie or continuation animated form. It's it's the 40-year anniversary next year, so I'm expecting Studio Series 86, which we've already seen the listings to be huge. The Missing Link Ultra Magnus, yeah, that's going to be massive. I had the Kenner Aliens as well. I definitely had the Kenner Aliens. I collected them at one point. But I brought them when they originally came out. And had a little phase as well, a little fad with Lego. Again, there's too many good things. Far too many. Kenner Aliens, Space Bridge has just gone and got a load of them in. Megatron will be, and this is me speculating, it's not official. I've said this, I keep saying it, I think he's going to be SDCC. Because there's nothing else big until then. And everybody wants it. Everybody wants Megatron, so I think they might as well wait until it's out there properly. Bionicle, you see Lego Bionicle as well. Retro, insane. Fair play. But it's like Adam, who's not in the chat. He's not been in the chat for ages. In the world, it's boxed. I've seen the Galacticus in person, as I say, at a few Hasbro events, and it's massive. It makes total business sense, although some people still did not like that. I was filled up with cameo characters. What's the word? Yeah, Galacticus is huge. But isn't Galacticus going to be... Is Galacticus the baddie in the new Fantastic Four movie? Is it? I don't know. Unless I've either seen that or I'm getting mixed up. I'm sure Galacticus is the new baddie in the new Fantastic Four movie. And if it does, then that'll build, obviously, on that, which I think will be great. I don't know. Diversified massively there. But yeah, you guys, I take my hat off to you. I'm only going to go for a couple more minutes, guys, because I've done 2 hours. I've done 2 hours already. And again, so for people who've jumped on late or for people who didn't hear me earlier, so this is what you've missed, and this is, I suppose, this is the important things that you perhaps really need to know. So it is TFUK Con next weekend. So I know that lots of you aren't here. Nice one, George. Can't make it, but we've got a few. Well, there's some exclusives going on. So on the Friday night, I'm going to go live. I'm going to do the introduction to the event, and then I'm going to be doing a very special unboxing and a preview of something that I can't tell you anything about just yet. It's not Studio Series 86 Megatron though, guys, so don't think it's that. It's definitely not that, but it is going to be an exclusive, and I'll be doing a live stream on Friday night with that. Centurions I had as a kid, and Zoids I had as a kid, and Bucky O'Hare, which I love the cartoon still. And then on Saturday night, because we're going to be doing games, I'm going to go and do another live stream. And you guys are also, you guys, I wish I had him. If I had him, I'd have done a video ages ago. Because can you imagine how big the channel would get if I did that? If I did that, the videos, the hits, the numbers would go through the roof. But I don't have him, unfortunately. Then, because I'm going to be doing like an entertainment evening at that convention, and I want as many people to join in as possible, I'm going to do another live stream. And the games that we're going to be doing, you guys can join in as well, to be fair. You guys are going to be able to join in, because it's going to be like guess the comic cover, guess the G1 character by his head, guess the Bayverse character or the Bayverse figure by his head. It's going to be fun. As I say, you're more than welcome to join in, jump on board. All I will say is that I probably, if I'm being completely honest, won't be able to reply to as many people in person because I'm going to be hosting it. But I like the fact that you guys do exactly what you're doing now anyway, and it just opens up a platform for you guys to chat and for taking part. I'll put more details up of that during this week. To keep you guys informed and to keep you in the loop. I had visionaries as well, that you could collect them with the cereal packets as well. Was so bad though that I want to miss. I wonder whether I can see them again. Funnily enough, as stupid as it sounds, I can see them waiting another 2 years at least till everybody's completely gone, and then they just reboot it and do it again. And if they did, I wouldn't mind that at all, because again, if they waited till 2030, so it's completely out of everybody's minds, all the other ones, it'd be great. So I am going to wrap it up now, guys. You guys are more than welcome to stay chatting away in the chat. It is now well past midnight. I've had a great time doing this. Yes, I need to go get to bed. I need to get better. Thanks for jumping in. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining channel membership. Carry on chatting in the Discord as well, guys. There's more people there. Pete, I'll speak to you regarding the NEC. We'll do a toy store. And then, yeah, guys, if as many of you want to join. No, thank you for joining in, Munyam. I really appreciate it. You only exist in the chat, so there you go. Everyone's leaving now, which is good. I'm going to sign off, as I say. Carry on chatting away. And, yeah, I look forward to seeing and speaking to as many of you as possible as I can next Friday and Saturday. So there you go, guys. Thanks. Appreciated it. There you go. Congratulations, Warren. Message me, my friend, and I will, of course, wing some money via PayPal your way. Okay. Right. Thanks very much, guys. Take care. Where's the end button? There it is. I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to get better. Boom. End.